BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. Okay, so there's a couple of things we're gonna talk about. We're not only gonna be talking about this particular topic. I actually want to lead off the show talking about Mano, not for nothing. But until we so you can know everything we're gonna be talking about, I have something I want to speak about Mano. Mano say thing. Um, I think I want to have a conversation about that. I'm gonna get into that. I also want to talk about this whole situation that's going on with Nature Boy. Previously, I had people tell me that I needed to report on Nature Boy. They gave me various different reasons. I never really wanted to report on Nature Boy because when I saw what they was doing, I didn't want to give it any publicity. I want to explain something real quick, and this is something that I don't think people understand. There are individuals out there. This okay, so let's rewind. Let's go back to something that we preach on this channel often. Let me give me 1 second. I'll be right with you. I wash my hands like a ton of times. They always fucking ask. Wash my hands so much. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna explain real quick. I want to just talk about a principle that we usually talk about on this channel, and that's trying to bring positive energy to a situation. So we're always trying to bring positive energy to every situation. That's something that we're always talking about on this channel. I'm not saying that I'm always successful at this. I'm obviously not. We're all human. So what I'm trying to say is, in this particular situation, when you have somebody like what they accuse the Nature Boy of being, and I want to be clear on this, what they accuse the Nature Boy of being is the same thing that what's homeboy, the other dude that takes the pictures with all of the celebrities. He's currently, they say he raped a girl, or a girl said that he raped her inside, or he had some kind of sexual intercourse with some girl inside of a hotel, I think in Las Vegas. I forget his name at the moment. But basically, they're on the same type of time. And what they do is they find people that are easy to manipulate. I'm going to tell you something. I don't trauma bond. I'm going to explain something to you. I'm going to say that again. I don't trauma bond. That's how you end up in a fucking cult in the first place. You trauma bond. I don't trauma bond. At all, ever. That's why you don't see me making friends with people who come and bring negativity to me. I don't trauma bond. Let's do roll call. I see a couple of y'all in here. I'm going to do roll call at the 5-minute mark. Get your comments going. I want to explain something real quick. If someone knows that you've been through something and they want to manipulate you, all of a sudden they've been through it too. So I'm never interested in what somebody else has been through, even if it's similar to what I've been through. I'm interested on if we're trying to go to the same place. You understand what I'm saying? So when you get involved in these cults, a lot of times they want to try to assimilate you by showing the similarities inside of, the journey that you've already had. That's why these guys are dangerous. Now, first, I'm going to explain to y'all what happened, allegedly today, what happened. Or was it yesterday or today, whatever the case is. Nature Boy was arrested. Nature Boy, I'm going to explain something to you before we go any further. You know he was kicked out of Costa Rica? I don't know who knows this, but Nature Boy was kicked out of Costa Rica. There was a situation with a Canadian woman. Okay, so there was this woman from Canada who went to Costa Rica. I think she was down there on vacation or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, so he got with her, convinced her to come inside of their little community. I'm going to call it a community if you don't mind. Went inside of their little community. And all of a sudden, her family and nobody knew where she was at. The only reason why they was even able to find her allegedly is because, these guys make YouTube videos or whatever the case is. So they made some kind of video or whatever the case is. So that's the only reason why her family even knew where she was at. They were asked to leave Costa Rica. Nature Boy and them. Just so we could be clear for everybody that don't know. Then he had a situation somewhere else. And then I'm not 100% sure. But then he just wound up in Atlanta or whatever the case is. Also, I want to say something clear. The neighbors actually said it's usually been peaceful over there and everything up until recent. Like it's been peaceful over there, whatever the hell at their home, up until recent. Up until recent is when everything started going crazy, or there was signs of abuse coming from the home. I want to say something real quick. Shout out to all the people who are a little nosy. I'm not talking about the people who are too nosy. I'm not talking about the people who are trying to find out what you're doing when you minding your business and being quiet. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people that see something wrong and make a note of it, especially when children are involved. Because too often we turn a blind eye because people say they don't want to get involved in somebody else's business. As far as I know, there's a saying that goes, all it takes for evil to win is for a good man to for a good man to look the other way. So we're supposed to actively be pursuing endeavors of how do you say, to spread the Most High's name, spread whatever your gospel is. We're supposed to actively be looking for opportunities to show our character. That's the point which I'm trying to make. Anyway, so he gets arrested, and they all come outside. They all dressed in black. Shout out to that shit. It's Atlanta. I'm pretty sure it's pretty hot. Do they wear black every day? Like, is that like a prerequisite? Like, they're like, the only way you can be in this gang is if you wear blacks. If you do not got black on, they won't know you with us. They won't know that we, apparently also, one of the things that he does there, because I don't know much about this guy. If I know a lot about the guy, put it in the comment section. But apparently one of the things in which he does is he just impregnates women and gets women ready for marriage to other men. So I don't even understand this concept. Shout out to D Candyman. He says, salute Frost, BB and family. Salute, how you doing, my brother? What up, Mikey Greenhouse? He says, yeah, all of the things. So I don't even understand this concept. Like, there's a point where you have to decide, do you just want to belong to anything, or do you want to belong to something that's worth belonging to? All right, so anyway, I want to tell y'all about Mano, but I'm gonna give it a couple of more seconds. We're gonna discuss this. I wish I could edit the title in the middle of the video. I can't do that currently. Anyway, so the interesting thing is this. There's been an investigation. The police says they have an investigation going on for him for about the last 2-3 weeks or 2 or 3 months. Right? Listen, pay attention. What he's actually being arrested for, one of the charges he's actually being arrested for, is sending pornography over the internet. Now, as far as I'm concerned, you can upload and or send pornography of adults over the internet all day, every day. Did I say anything wrong yet? As far as I know, you could send pornography over the internet all day, every day. So how is that a charge? What was wrong with that pornography he sent? Anyway. Some people made a note that he was arrested after the dude in the situation that happened in the subway happened. I don't think the two things are connected, but hypothetically, you see, when you're a part of the YouTube community, right, you'd be surprised at who knows who. You'd be surprised at who talks to who. You'd be surprised. So, a lot of times, it could be a really, really small YouTube content creator, and they'll have access to a really, really huge YouTube content creator. The point I'm making is, It's not outside the scope, right? It's not outside the scope that anybody that creates YouTube content can know anyone else. That's the point in which I'm trying to make. Now, I want to say a couple of things. The first one is this. Okay, so a while back we made a video. It was about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. We made a video and we was making jokes because Pornhub changed the policy. It was actually a good policy to change. Pornhub changed the policy that you had to have everybody's age need to be verified inside of the video. For everybody that don't know, I think there was an issue because people was like putting videos up or whatever the case is, and you couldn't see the faces of the individuals, and it was believed that some of these people might be being held against their will and forced to perform. So Pornhub changed their policy, right? Why is that? Why does that have anything to do with what I'm talking about? They arrested him right after they went after and they got the dude that did the shooting in the subway. First thing I'm gonna say is anything that guy knows, he's telling. He's not even telling to try to get any kind of anything off. Anybody that's gonna go into a subway that got women and children and who knows else, and they're just gonna start shooting. We have to leave it up to we have to leave it open that they're capable of any type of foolishness in their moral code is they might not have any. Just so we can be clear, they might not have any. So I'm not saying that this is a thing, but people were saying that homeboy got arrested after dude in the subway got arrested. Now, if they're saying one of his charges is sending pornography over the internet, which is not illegal, and they arrested him, and these arrests are actually connected, and one thing has something to do with the other, a lot of these cults produce porn. Y'all do know this, right? Y'all know this? A lot of these cults produce porn. I'm not saying that that's the case here. I'm just explaining this. A lot of these cults produce porn. And not necessarily the type that you're going to see on your regular porn sites. Not necessarily the type that's above board. Shout out to Juro. Could I play this? Could I play the skit? Shout out to Juro. Could I play the skit? Or am I going to get hit? If I'm going to get hit, let me know. I want to play this shit. I want to let y'all hear some new shit from Juro. D Candyman says it might be children involved. I 100% think that I don't see no reason why it wouldn't be children involved. Now, with that being said, also, another one of the charges that he's going up against is, I think they're starting to say he tried to forcibly impregnate someone. Shout out to Casey Emmanuel, salute. Says, what up, Jack? Salute, 6ix9ine dropping tomorrow, 3 p.m. Gine. I don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce that. Genie? Check this out. Listen and pay attention, right? There's this one chick that left his cult. She's been complaining about the cult forever, about how they kept her hostage. That's another one of the complaints. That's the lady that they keep saying, we have her on video saying that she's not being held against her will and she's choosing to be here. Yo, could I play that little snippet you sent me without getting hit, or would they hit me? Because I'll play it right now. right? So listen and pay attention. So one of the charges is the lady that was saying that she was being held against her will. That's one of the charges. Okay, so she's been complaining. So they didn't just arrest him for that, right? So hold on. One of the charges is porn over the internet. So that porn over the internet isn't illegal, so there's something wrong with the porn, right? Also, we're only hearing about one person that said that they didn't want to be there, right? So the only other way you could force somebody to be impregnated is if they can't consent. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? The only other way you could force somebody, you know, in legal terms, like when they speak about it in legal terms, like in court, they're gonna say it's a forced pregnancy because that minor can't consent to sex from an adult. Even if they say yes, that can't be consent because they're a minor. So he might have some real problems going on. Did y'all hear about the thing involving Mano? I'm asking right now for the people that's in here. Did y'all hear about the Mano thing? This dude might have some real problems going on. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. It's as quickly. Copy. Alright, I'm gonna play it right now. Shout out to Juro. Pulling up with the hits.
I'm from the X, and I represent New York and nothing less. I'm really next, and I stay very fresh. I'm all about respect. I'm not the one to test, so that's for less. You wanna be my guest, in case you want my list. Guess you might forget, I cannot forget. This is your just wish, cause I don't ever miss. My aim is too legit. I'm accurate, I'll make it hit. You feel it, crack the rip. I fractured it, my raps are with the name is ripped. I capture it, to play it back and hear it slap you like a bitch. On the track, I remix swift, black out when I spit. Tell out when I'm locking in. My name is Judah, reppin' New York City lit. All of my money, get money to flip. Grabbing a honey, be sweeter than mint. Timing is everything, I do not quit. I'm an underdog, but I'm a winner from the Bronx. With a pumping dog, both them out the trunks. And what you want, we don't give a fuck. It's not about the drugs, you need a plug. Come through and connect. We got guns on deck. On the low, they got bodies though. You should probably know I switch the flows. Go from hot to cold. Call me Shane, son, and stealing souls. Leave your body froze. In a dead and post. Crush and smoke you like a dough. Dutch masters ex bro. See me, I go pro. Hone into my zone. I am legend on the microphone.
Okay, so I'm not gonna play the whole joint. That boy was spitting. Yeah, that's the whole song. That boy was spitting. Shout out to Juro. I fucks with it. Did you see the second transition? The second transition was crazy. The second transition was crazy. The second transition, crazy. Let's go. So I want to go back to the fact that he can't go to Costa Rica anymore. What up, David Blake? You. I want you to understand something. Now, I'm not saying whatever this dude is into, I have no idea. I don't watch him. Other people watch him more than I do. Obviously, it's like the second time I even had to cover this guy. But I want to say something. I want to be clear. If it does have something to do with children, if it does, do you know how many? They're going to arrest everybody, right? Right? They're going to arrest everybody, and whoever talks gets the deal, and whoever don't gets the, consequences. Correct, right? So I guess we just got to wait a couple of days and see what happens. Because I don't know if it's for children. I'm saying this, I'm really leaning that way. It does seem really strongly like this might be about children. I'm really, really leaning in that direction. But I can't say it is. But I want to be perfectly honest with you, just so we can be clear. Um, the situation with the girl that got from Canada and him getting kicked out of Costa Rica leads me to believe that there was problems that happened over there. Him getting kicked out the country leads me to believe that there was problems. The fact that he had allegedly, if you speak to our family, kidnapped a woman from Canada, and she stayed not against her will, by her own volition. I want to be clear on this. She was convinced to stay there. They weren't holding her in shackles. She wasn't in a cage. They didn't like. She was like. She wasn't in a fucking well, and it was like, put the lotion on the skin. None of that was happening. She was choosing to be there. That's why I'm saying that this particular situation is dangerous. Because what I don't understand is often when people manipulate you through trauma bonding, the experiences, even when you realize you shouldn't be in something, it's still hard to pull yourself out of it. Trauma bonding is dangerous. Yeah, I don't trauma bond. I don't even play with you. I ain't gonna even play with it. I don't trauma bond at all. Won't ever do it. Again. Just so we can be clear. I don't want nobody to be like, how you know you're not gonna do something you never did it before? There's tons of things that I've never done that I know that I don't want to do, copy? And the next dude that tells me that, I'm gonna look at him like, could I say something about Mano real quick? Since we talking about sex, let's talk about actual adult sex. Could I say something about Mano real quick? Could we talk about Mano? Could we talk about Mano? Did y'all hear about what happened with Mano? I just want to know real quick. Did anybody hear what happened with Mano? Nobody's in the comments, so I'm just gonna keep going. Like I gave y'all a chance, but nobody commented. I'm gonna tell y'all what's happening with Mano. So apparently, Mano goes on the show. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the way that I heard it. I'm gonna tell you the way that I heard it, so you can understand why I have the perception that I have. So I hear people talking shit about Mano. I'm like, wait, what happened? Mano said that he likes white women to treat him like a slave, during sex. So I'm busy hearing that shit. I'm like, wait, what? That happened? So then I heard Mano's response first, and Mano's response was, "Oh man, people can't take a joke." He was talking with, he was sitting in the car with Jim Jones. He was like, "People can't take a joke. People can't take a joke." And so I was like thinking to myself, I was like, "Yeah, it sounds like something somebody a joke about. Like, what the fuck? Like, that sounds like it was a pretty good joke. I wish I heard it. Like that's what I'm thinking. I'm telling you right now what I was thinking. So anyway, apparently I go to the fucking video and it comes to the stream and I actually hear it. Mano, you sounded so sincere. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Listen, y'all guys gotta stop getting on these podcasts with these women and saying shit because y'all want to sound like y'all sensitive. Stop letting them women convince you that some of these places, none of them places is a safe space. There's no safe spaces. Okay? You don't know what a safe space is? In your head, where only you can hear it. Copy? There is no safe spaces. That's one. Two, and I'm not even saying he's doing this shit. I just want to be clear on this. I'm not jumping in this fight. I'm gonna say it sounded like some of the most sincere shit I heard somebody admit to. And I'm also at the same time gonna say he said he was joking. And people joke about shit. So I don't know how you're gonna take it. Wait, what? Okay, that don't make sense. No, that's retarded. We're not doing that. Alright, so hold on. let's get back to it. So look, so we got Mano. I want to know what anybody else think. Like, I'm gonna get back to the other conversation. But I'm curious. Do you really think Mano was telling the truth? Do you really think Mano is like? I want to know what you think about that. Like, on some real shit. Like, you think he was bullshitting, or you think that's some real shit? Do you think Mano's really got like letting right women whip him and shit? Like, I'm not doing that. I like the role play. We could get into some role playing stuff, but the slave master shit, we can't do that. That's not happening. We are not doing that. I can't be here for that. I can't be here for that. There's a lot of shit I could be here for. I can't be here for that. We're not doing that. But we're not doing that for multiple different reasons. But the main reason is because by doing something like that, I'm not just lowering myself, in my opinion. I'm not just lowering myself, but like I have a whole race of the woman that I'm with. I need for her to have a certain level of respect, especially for the race that I am, if she's not of the same race. So there's certain games we're not gonna play. Just like I'm not going to disrespect. I mean, we're not gonna be in public nowhere, and I'm ever gonna do anything to purposely make her look bad. Like, that's insane. I never understood that. Like, why we arguing in public? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, but I learned that at a young age. I had like this young girlfriend that I was dating. She was dope. Her name was Tamika. I really liked her, and she was just also very toxic. Shout out to Tamika. She was very toxic. I really liked her though. I really did, and apparently she like yelling in the middle of the street and creating situations where whoever she's with might get into a fight. So that always sucked. Yeah. Only reason why I dated her for so long was because I actually tried to stop dating her, but she kind of wouldn't let me. So yeah, I dated her longer than I probably would have intended. Shout out to Jay Tyson Garcia says salute Frost Thirsty Thursday. Salute. What up to the business? Dropping all of those Frost. Whatever y'all want to talk about, put it in the comment section. Right now, we was basically just going over that Mano bullshit. What the fuck is you talking about, Mano? But he said it was a joke. I'm gonna take it as what it is. But that was some of the most seriously shit. He said that with the most serious, sincerest. Stop going on these women's shows and thinking it's a safe space. There's no safe spaces. You go on these shows and they try to ask you some shit, they lining you up. You going on that show, you're like, oh man, we're going to show them and say all the jokes, the ladies, they're gonna love me. We're gonna grow our female audience. You're gonna go on that show, they gonna ask you some shit, you're gonna start talking about some shit, they're gonna be looking at you like, yeah, tell me more, it's cool, it's a safe, it's not a safe space. Why do you think there's women in your HR? Go to HR. I bet you all the women that work in all the people that work in your HR is probably women, right? You want to know why? Because they need people there with that motherly energy that could assure you so they could screw you if need be. Go check your HR. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if it's mostly men or women in there. Tyson Garcia says Mano wants to cosplay like he's an extra in the movie Django. I don't know what's going on. I mean, he want to be the dude with the white hair and shit. Like, when we sick boss. Let me stop. I'm fucking with Mano. It is what it is. You see Rihanna and Rocky reported broke up. Yes, I heard that Rihanna and ASAP Rocky have broke up. If that is true, ASAP Rocky has taken the biggest L. Is that a lie? Yo, hold on. Hold on. You trying to tell me you and Rihanna and you banging not just somebody else, but somebody that works for Rihanna? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. What the fuck? Tyson Garcia said, plot twist, that's not ASAP's baby. I ain't got time for you. New York Silver Stacker said, yo, when Nature Boy, he's arrested. Nature Boy is arrested. They came and picked him up on multiple charges. I'll read out some of the charges real quick. Nah, but I'm not here on that Mano shit. What the fuck is Mano talking about, yo? We can't be on that type of time, Mano. That's not a good joke. I'm gonna or a good serious. It's a worse serious than it is a joke. It's a way worse serious. It is not. It's a terrible. It's a terrible joke, but it's a way worse serious. It's just certain things you don't. What the fuck, yo? Women love weird dudes. So the more women you want to get, the weirder you should be. Women love weird dudes, man. These is facts. It's the confidence. You understand what I'm saying? Like a woman want a confident dude. You feel me? So when you doing some shit that goes against the grain, a lot of people are gonna see that as that's your confidence being in physical form. You feel me? So women love weird dudes, man. I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. But I hope that explanation made sense. And I'll read this. I'll read this report real quick that they got. I don't know these guys. Read a different report. I'm rat bastards. That's the latest report, but those guys could be saying anything. I don't know those guys. Okay, I don't know none of these guys. Alright, so I'm just gonna put the first one. Copy. Alright, these guys it says TV. Alright, so hold on. So this is some WSB TV in Atlanta. Copy. So hold on. Right here. It says late night raid lands DeKalb man in jail on rape, imprisonment charges. Neighbors claim he ran cold. It says a DeKalb County man. Oh, what the fuck phone? It's doing all of the things. It says a DeKalb County man is behind bars following a raid on his home Wednesday night. El Ligido okay, I'm not doing that ever again. AKA Nature Boy is charged with rape, false imprisonment, and various charges. Our cameras were on Wednesday night as officers searched the home and arrested Bishop following a 3-week investigation. Dozens of officers, detectives, and tactical teams swarmed the house on Arbor Chase. Several people were led away in handcuffs and put in the squad cars. Nearby neighbors said Bishop runs an online cult called Carbon Nation. Carbon Nation is his cult. He's been whooping girls, beating girls, fertilizing girls, getting girls ready for marriage. Wow. I just want to say something before we go any further. If these are charges that he has, right? If any of his charges is revolving around this right here, he's done lived his best life and he's done. He's done lived his best life and he's done. Because when he goes to jail, anyway, he controls them. Then it goes on to say he controls them. They do what he wants, and like I said, it's turned into abuse. The neighbors have been complaining about, from what I hear, another neighbor said, police will only confirm that Bishop was taken to the Cobb County Jail on charges of rape, false imprisonment, and sharing sexually explicit content on social media. Tasha K is now facing jail time, somebody just posted. Okay, I'm not into that yet. Police would only confirm that Bishop was taken to the Cobb County Jail on charges rape, false imprisonment, and sharing sexually explicit content to the media. Now, hold on. Maybe it isn't underage. Also, I want y'all to understand. You know that they said that his crimes were recorded and on tape. So the shit that they're accusing him of doing, apparently he has on tape. This is what the lady said. Hold on. I got you. Check this out. I think I got you. I might not. God dang it. Anyway, so they had a press conference. I'm looking for my cue. Mother freaker, I do not have the. Sheesh. So apparently, I'm not 100% sure what the video is right now. I'm just looking to see if somebody sent it to me, and while I'm looking to see if somebody sent it to me, I'm gonna tell you what was on the video. So I don't know if I look at the actual camera, does it look like I'm looking into the phone, or if I don't know if it looks weird. I don't know if I need to look at the actual camera or if I should just look straight ahead. I'm confused over here. Let me know which one looks better. Here I'm looking at the camera. Like, tell me which one is better. I'm looking at the camera here, right? Looking at the camera. Looking at the camera. Here, I'm looking straight ahead. I don't know if there's a difference. Is there a difference? I can't tell. Obviously, I can't see one in contrast with the other. What up, No Limit War? How you doing, my brothers? A salute. All of the salutes to you, my good sir. Hold on, boom. Shout out to
This accused cult leader is in jail.
Shout out to Mr. Vaughn. He sent this to me. Shout out to Mr. Vaughn.
Charged with rape and false imprisonment. We were there for the late night raid.
All new at 5, we're hearing from his supporters for the first time.
If you want to leave, you can leave. Nobody's forced to stay here.
Live, local, late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News at 5 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
Joining us, investigators say an accused cult leader shared videos of his crimes online. I'm Lori Wilson.
And I'm George Estevez. DeKalb County Police raided a home after a 3-week investigation. Channel 2 Action News was there as officers took Eligio Bishop into custody. Channel 2's Dave Huddleston live now at DeKalb Police Headquarters. And Dave, Bishop supporters say, look, the group believes in nudity, they believe in nature.
I'm going to play that beginning. Listen to what she says in the beginning.
Lori Wilson.
And I'm George Estevez. DeKalb County Police raided a home after a 3-week investigation. Channel 2 Action News was there as officers took Eligio Bishop into custody. Channel 2's Dave Huddleston live now at DeKalb Police Headquarters. And Dave, Bishop supporters say, look, the group believes in nudity, they believe in nature, and that...
Hold on. Listen to what she says. Listen to what she says.
Late breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News at 5 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
Thanks for joining us. Investigators say an accused cult leader shared videos of his crimes online.
What up, Ming E? Says salute Jake Fools and dropping fools. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that, or was I the only one that heard that? Did y'all hear that, or was I the only one that heard that? What up, Jay Hudges? He said, hit the like button. It's free. All the freenesses. Was I the only one that... Okay, so... I'll play it again one more time real quick.
Channel 2 Action News at 5 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
Thanks for joining us. Investigators say an accused cult leader shared videos of his crimes online.
He shared videos of the crimes online. What was we just talking about a minute ago? Do anybody else think that there's a chance that he was taking those young girls, creating sex tapes with them and then selling them? Does anybody think that there's a chance that that might be why they kicked him out of Costa Rica? Because the crime was on the tape. You heard what she said? This is the news. These guys got writers. These guys got editors. They're not one guy like me. Copy? She said shared videos of his crimes. One of the crimes that he's being accused of, the 3 crimes that the charges that he's facing, one is rape, one is false imprisonment, and the other one is the internet point. So the crime that he's been sharing is of rape. At least that's what it sounds like. If it don't make sense to you, let me know what you think.
Wilson.
And I'm George Estevez. DeKalb County Police raided a home after a 3-week investigation. Channel 2 Action News was there as officers took Elikio Bishop into custody. Channel 2's Dave Huddleston live now at DeKalb Police Headquarters. And Dave, Bishop supporters say, look, the group believes in nudity, they believe in nature, and that he's done nothing wrong.
But he's being held behind bars with no bond. It was on March 30th that DeKalb Police got that tip, and we were right there, as you said, George, as the Special Victims Unit raided that home. Channel 2 Action News was right there when dozens of DeKalb officers descended on this brick home in a Decatur cul-de-sac Wednesday night. We saw dozens of officers, detectives, and a tactical team swarm the home on Arbor Chase. Several people were led away in handcuffs and put into squad cars. A nearby neighbor told us this man, Elikio Bishop, runs an online cult called Carbon Nation.
He controls them and do what he says, but like I said, lately it's been turning into abuse from what the neighbors been complaining about from what I hear.
Police would only tell us that Bishop was taken to the DeKalb County Jail on charges of rape, false imprisonment, and sharing sexually explicit content on social media. He's being held without bond. We went by the home Thursday afternoon, and several people who say they are Bishop's disciples came out and talked with me.
Basically, the police raided us on false allegations.
Musa says Bishop is their God, and as a group, they believe in nature, nudity, and kindness. He says those criminal accusations are from a disgruntled former member of the Carbon Nation family.
She's always free to leave. She's saying that she was here on false imprisonment when we have live documentation of us saying, hey, if you want to leave, you can leave. Nobody's forced to stay here.
Okay, so I want to say something about the whole live documentation thing real quick. You ever heard of Stockholm Syndrome? Okay, so basically, Stockholm Syndrome is when you sympathize with your captors. That's when somebody kidnaps you or captures you or whatever the case is. And you sympathize with them to the point where now you kind of take up whatever their fight is. Like, you know, sometimes, I forgot her name. Her name was Patty something or other. I forget, Lynchburg or some shit, Patty something, and she was one of the most famous people to be in the Stockholm Syndrome situation, whereas she was like, it's happened in California, she was like kidnapped by some group or whatever the case is, and they like hid her in a closet, and basically whoever the leader dude was, he was like banging her like 24/7 apparently, and so what ended up happening, and they kept her like in a dark closet or some shit like that, like with no light or nothing, except for when he was banging her apparently. So what ended up happening is after she was captured, she sympathized with her captors. So what happens a lot of time that you have to understand, especially in these cult situations, is that people start to sympathize with their captors. So they start sympathizing with the individuals that have actually gaslighted them. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all, pay attention to gaslighters. Gaslight is like telling you how you should feel, telling you how you should think, telling you what you should do. You understand what I'm saying? Pay attention to people that are telling you how you should feel. You understand what I'm saying? Just pay attention. This is gaslighting techniques. As soon as you start getting accustomed to allowing for them to tell you how to feel, it's gonna start happening. You're not even gonna realize it's happening. It's gonna be it's gonna be like second nature. Now they have a subliminal control over you that you don't even understand is there. So be mindful of that. Anyway, so the reason why I say that is because he says that they have documentation of her wanting to, saying that she didn't want to leave the organization or whatever the case is. And to that I say this. Often when somebody is suffering from Stockholm Syndrome, you have to remove them from the situation, and then it's going to take weeks and maybe months for them to be able to get back into their right mind. You understand what I'm saying? Because they become dependent. You understand what I'm saying? It becomes a dependent situation, not even a codependent situation, a dependent situation. So him saying this shit to me don't mean nothing. It seems to me like that was the go-to, because like a while back we was having a conversation about a thing. I said, you know what people like doing? People like setting up their lives for the future. Like, watch out for people who do that. What they'll do is they'll have plans for you, right? So they'll have plans for you. And their plans for you, they already know what they're gonna do. They're gonna do some weirdo shit to you. They already know. So they're gonna protect themselves. So they're gonna have a lot of shit in place. So after whatever they do happens, it look like you asked for it, or you didn't have a problem with it, or you agreed with it. When in reality, half of the time you don't even know all the information. Like, perfect example. Some of the most dangerous people are fools. I'm going to explain why a fool is one of the most dangerous people you could come across. Most dangerous person you could come across is a fool. Reason being is this. When a person don't know what they're doing, they'll do anything. You see, if a person is just a bad person, there's certain things that they're just not going to do. But when a person is just liable to do anything, let me not say a fool. I could say a wild card if you want to say it in a better way to make it sound less less aggressive, less negative. A wild card, right? So when you have somebody or a situation that it can't be defined, or you're in a situation that you can't quantify, you're now, how are you supposed to react or respond? And I say that because I'm saying this. We have people that they get this Stockholm syndrome shit. How do you protect yourself against something that you never had to go against? There's a reason why they target young children. There's a reason why they target kids. There's a reason why they target teenagers. They target people that got a rebellious spirit and don't have no way to send it. They target people that don't have no guidance. They target people that have no direction. Because when you have no direction, you have no guidance, you're liable to do anything. And if you're liable to do anything, you could do great things, but you could also do terrible things. And that's why a fool is dangerous, a wild card. So I say all that to say this. That dude said homegirl have a whole bunch of shit saying she didn't want to go nowhere. You know what's gonna happen? You know what any of that means? If after she got away from them, she said, I was forced to say that, or I was brainwashed. None of that shit is gonna mean anything. It don't matter what they got her on tape saying. If when she gets free, she makes it known it was under duress. Like, that's like somebody signing a contract and you got a gun to them. And they're like, oh, don't worry, the signature is not because they got the gun pointed at me. The signature is because I really want to write these words on this here's pieces of papers. Like, no, there's a gun over there, homie. You will get your brains blown out. Sign the paper. And so, him saying that don't mean nothing. I know I went a long way to say that, but I'm on one of those drives today. I'm on one of those things. If the saloon actually did open up, it'll probably be lit. I'm actually being maybe a little bit too analytical, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna dial it back some. Also, whatever else y'all want to talk about, put it in the chat. Anything's up for conversation. We're at the 49-minute mark. I want to say something. I want to be clear. What are y'all gonna do when the government start arresting and going after YouTube content creators? What are y'all gonna do when the government starts arresting and going after YouTube content creators? Could we talk about the elephant in the room, or everybody too scared? If y'all too scared, we won't talk about the elephant in the room. We'll talk about the elephant in the room if we get up to 40 likes. Because I don't even know if I should talk about the elephant in the room. We get up to 40 likes. That 15 more likes. We get up to 40 likes. We'll talk about the elephant in the room. I'm surprised y'all haven't seen it. I'm surprised nobody is paying attention. YouTube content creators, government is about to start coming after people. And I'm not just saying that because the dude that just got arrested in the subway situation is a YouTube content creator. And I'm not just saying that because dude in Atlanta, Nature Boy, is a YouTube content creator. I'm saying that because the government is coming for... okay, so... You know, when you go to the FBI, you can pass everything and fail your psychological tests and not make it, right? Like if you go to Quantico, you on a list, you go do training, you knock everything out the box. They like, yo, this dude is a whole super soldier. We don't know how we get. He's like the LeBron. He's like the Michael Jordan of the Michael LeBron, the Michael LeJordan of. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to mix the names up even better. Anyway, of Spy Life. He's like what James Bond would really be if James Bond was American and a real person, right? Incredible. Then he fails his psychiatric evaluation, and you know what's gonna happen when he fails the psychiatric evaluation? They ain't gonna take him. The heck? I have no idea why my phone is not telling me when anything is coming through. Shout out to Jay Hodges with the $10 drop. No comment. Clint Eastwood us. Jay Hodges pulls up into the saloon. His boots is on fire. His Spurs is on fire. It got some kind of oil on it. And as he walks, he leaves little splashes of fire, like little dots of fire in the path as he walks into the saloon. Fire everywhere on his feet. He looks at the bartender. He says, I'm gonna need me 2 buckets of sand. The bartender points at some dudes around the back that had broom mops. They come out, bring some buckets of sand. They put them in front of him. Jay Hodges jumps up with both of his feet in the air. When he jumps up, both of his feet go like this in the air. Both of them like that in the air. He throws both of his feet into the buckets of sand. When he takes his feet out of the sand, you can see that his shoes got so burned by the fire that his shoes don't exist no more. It's just his spurs attached to his feet. He walks over to the bartender. He says, bartender, I'm going to need a tripper. Bartender just looking at him. He passes him. He pours the cup. He throws it back. 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 He smashes the cup down. Bam! Cup flies up in the air. Falls back down. Right back into his fingers. He looks at the bartender. He says, I love it in this part of the world. Shout out to Jay Hodges. Pulling up to the saloon. All of the things. He has spurs attached to his feet. His shoes have burnt clear off. If we ever get to how many likes I told y'all? I told y'all 30 or 40. I can't remember. I said how many likes I said? 30 or 40. I can't remember how many I told you had to give me. And y'all gotta remind me what it was for. Also, I don't know why I'm not getting no alerts. This shit is retarded. I don't have no Tekashi stuff, homie. Also, shout out to Jay Hodges putting the cash up in the chat. He says, for the $10 drops in the cash app. Cult Leader, what up, leveling up, dropping all those frosts. What up, Ming? I'm going to say this, right? So, I promise you this dude isn't coming out of jail. I promise you. I'm going to explain. At least I don't think he is. If he does, shout out to him. But everything leads me to believe that the rape that they're talking about, right, is underage or on camera and shared over the internet. That's what everything leads me to believe. It's underage, shared over the internet. He might be done. Straight No Chaser says, Sayonetta said Nature Boy called the cops on himself. It's a stunt. I don't know. I'm not gonna agree with that. I don't know. Maybe it's a stunt. What the fuck do I know? These dudes do anything for anything. I only can tell you what the police said the charges were. Okay, so hold on. If this is a stunt, homeboy, I'm gonna say this much. They gotta find out better things to do with their life, because these are the charges that the police has charged him with this stunt. I'm gonna read them to you real quick. I'm not saying it's not a stunt. Don't get me confused. What the fuck do I know? But these are the charges that the police are, the charges that he has to face due to this stunt. So he better hope that he has a back door out of this shit. The charges are rape, false imprisonment, and sharing sexually explicit content on social media. So now, what the lady said in the news article that we just posted, that we just played, hold on. So I don't know if this is fake, like you're saying. I don't know what to tell you. But I can...
This accused cult leader is in jail, charged with rape and false imprisonment. We were there for the late night raid.
All new at 5, we're hearing from his supporters for the first time.
Let me show you how this looks.
This accused cult leader is in jail, charged with rape and false imprisonment. We were there for the late night raid.
All new at 5, we're hearing from his supporters for the first time.
If you want to leave, you can leave. Nobody's forced to stay here.
Live, local, late breaking.
Listen to what the news reporter says right here, right dead in the beginning.
Coverage you can count on.
Thanks for joining us. Investigators say an accused cult leader shared videos of his crimes online.
Okay, so I don't care what anyone is saying is a stunt. Are you saying he's working with the police? Are you saying that the police and them are just all working together? I mean, I'm assuming that's what you're saying. I'm not saying that that's not true, but how can Sayonetta know that? I mean, I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe the police called them up and said, we need you to get arrested. I have no idea. I'm asking, just so we could be clear, how can Sayonetta know that? So I don't know if you're just saying Sayonetta's name or if that happened or if it's fake. I don't know. Maybe it's fake anyway. What the fuck do I know? I don't care. I don't follow these guys. I wouldn't want to follow them. I don't generally do content on that because we have a thing that we do over here called We A Culture, but nah, we're not doing cult shit. We're not doing that. We're not using our powers of for that purposes. Supposed to be playing basketball tomorrow. Who believes this is a stunt? Just because I'm curious. Who believes this is a stunt? My stomach is still messed up. It is not feeling good. I should not have had coffee. Didn't they? Y'all always say somebody called the cops on themselves, though. I'm not getting with that. Y'all always say somebody called the cops on themselves. Then y'all say, I don't know. I think Hassan really did call the cops on themselves, though. Y'all always saying somebody called the cops on themselves, though. I'm like, what the hell? How do you know these things? Like, there's certain things I'm like, how can you know? Like, there's no amount of certain things can only be guesses. That's the point in which I'm making. Like, so how can you know? Oh, so it's only a guess. My dude, I am not saying it. I am not saying it. I just want to be clear. I am not saying it's a stunt. They said it was a 3-week investigation. I said, did he contact the police and they get in on this? They just the police was like, you know what? This sounds like a good social media advertisement for our police station. Why don't we do it? We dial it back we post dated, we backdated 3 weeks. We act like this investigation was happening for 3 weeks. People just say anything when they come here. Don't pay them no mind. What up, real deal? Nah, people just say anything when they come in here. And then if I say something, then the people get mad at me. They're like, I don't know, people just get mad at me. So yeah, so as far as I know, he's in jail for a viable reason. I do want to say this about the dude that they arrested in New York in the subway system. That dude added with that situation that happened in Atlanta. I wouldn't be surprised if we have 1 or 2 more situations involving social media dudes. Killer Kev doesn't even talk like that. I wouldn't be surprised. What up, Killer Kev? I wouldn't be surprised if we had 1 or 2 more media dudes if something else happened with. And then we had another influencer that isn't social media, but it's the other influencer lady that stabbed her boyfriend up. Like, there's shit going on. I don't know. I be saying stuff and I think nobody don't be paying attention. So when I talk about it, people think it ain't important. And then 4 or 5 months now, the shit's gonna come up and I'm gonna say, remember I said that thing, and then people are gonna say, why you always bragging? So I don't know how to do this. Real dude said it's not that major for it to be a playing joke. He not a politician. He not that major for it to be a playing joke. Yeah, no, I don't see how it was. I think that these charges are too serious for it to be anything other than serious. Because they're literally alluding to child pornography, homie. That's what they're alluding to. And if they have them for child pornography, I promise you almost every single one of them are going to jail. If that's what this is, almost every single one of them is going to jail. And rightfully so. I don't want them to let people off. I want all of them to go to jail. Maybe people that help get less time. Don't get this confused. That's how the system works. But if this is child pornography, I don't think any of them should be able to get off. Any of them. I don't think none of them should be able to get no time served whatsoever. No Takashi deals. Let them dudes go sit in fucking jail. On the women, go sit in jail. I don't even want to hear. They was nah. I don't hear none of that. Go sit in jail. You know right from wrong. See, that's the problem. We live in a society now that try to make everything seem like it's gray. We live in a world now where everybody tries to seem like it's gray. There is no gray. All right? There's gray, right? But there's still. The point at which I'm trying to make is there's certain things that just is. You understand what I'm saying? There's certain things that just is. You know right from wrong. I didn't say that there is child pornography. I didn't say that there is child pornography. I'm not going to do the I come in, you say I'm saying things that I'm not saying, and then I argue with you for 2 hours by saying I'm not saying that thing. I'm not doing that. I didn't say that there is child pornography. I literally just said that it sounds like they're alluding to the fact that there might be child pornography. Then after saying that, I had a discussion about that. I did not say that there was child pornography. I'm going to ask you not to put words in my mouth. I'm not going to explain myself any further than I just did. And I'm going to erase this comment. Everything that they're doing alludes to, because they said crime, they said rape. It's either him forcing himself on a woman that is still there, right? Who left besides that one girl? The one, that's another reason why I mentioned the girl from Costa Rica that was from Canada. Besides the woman that was from Costa Rica that was from Canada and the one other girl that we know. I mean, I'm pretty sure other people left at times. It's a cult. People come and people go. But they said he shared crimes. The lady said he shared his crimes on the internet. And they're saying one of his charges is rape. There aren't any women that say he raped them. So what other rape is there that somebody could get where there's not a complaining witness? Explain that to me. Is he raping cadavers? He's just raping dead bodies. So I'm just asking. I think that that's a fair conversation for the people that say that this is no way could be child pornography. I didn't say that it was child pornography. Boom, kicking you right out the door. I can have a discussion. I have a whole platform. I can't have a discussion about nothing unless what you want me to talk about. This is crazy. Nobody else has this problem on YouTube, I promise you. I'm the only guy that can't have a random discussion about a thing. There you go. Anybody else hate me? Pull up. I'll just kick you right now and then I'll get on with whatever the hell I'm doing or let y'all go. I'm just really not in the mood today. I ain't gonna lie to you. Fucking back is killing me. My knee is killing me. Obviously, the only people that watch the show now are the people that hate me. So I'm just gonna be, from now on, for the rest of the life of the BBN, I'm just gonna be in here talking to the people that hate me. So I'm, how much, whatever. I don't know what it's gonna do. Tekashi just recently came out with a thing, and he says that he actually spoke on the numbers. Meek Mill recently came out and said that numbers don't matter because all numbers are fabricated because the record labels actually pay for the numbers to boost the number sales. Also, DJ Academics just recently come out and said that if you want to know what a true record sale is, take off about 60%. Most albums are inflated by about 60%. Most record sales. So when Tekashi comes out and says, "Don't look at my numbers because I'm being blacklisted," so I'm being blackballed. So since he's being blackballed, he's not going to be on playlists. So that's going to make his numbers go down. I say, they're trying to create a rap industry right now where nobody is looking at numbers. In reality, what happened it is, and I think everybody forgets that this happened. Do y'all remember when Tekashi came out and when he came out of jail and he went to drop the album and they changed the policy on the albums where now you can't get a record sale when you connect it with merch? Remember that when they did that? That's everybody's album sales basically fell off the cliff since that happened. So these guys just cut their nose off to spite their face. They didn't want Tekashi to succeed so bad that they destroyed or they hurt over 70% of the rest of the music industry, or at least the hip hop genre. So I don't know what to tell you. So Tekashi said that he doesn't expect to sell. I don't know. Maybe his fans should go buy 5 albums. I don't know what to tell you. And I'm not saying that to be funny, by the way. I think that if you support something, that you should be there and support it, period. you're a fan, go buy a couple of albums. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna say I didn't hear a song drop that I think would be able to be push the project. You don't drop a fucking album unless you got a song to push the project. There was a rapper that while back, I think he only dropped like 1 or 2 albums. I forget who he was, but he was with Rock Nation. He was telling a story, and he said that there was a point where Jay-Z would not let him drop his album because he said he didn't have a single yet. He had to work, and then he finally got the single, and then they let him drop the album. What up, Ben Roman? He says, good evening, Frost, BBN fan, dropping all of those Frost, all the positivity, send your way, family. No, I'm trying to send positivity to other people. I don't think I'm being successful tonight. Ben Roman says, Tekashi about to shut the internet down tomorrow. If he does drop, even his haters gonna want to hear what he's gonna say. I mean, I'm sure the people who hate him the most is gonna let everybody know what he's doing. Every rapper is gonna be talking about his album. They crazy. They gonna give him all the promotion. Shout out to that shit. But I don't know. He might have a new problem. But I'm gonna be quiet. I'm not gonna talk into existence. I don't really care enough. But he might actually have a new problem. Not for nothing. I don't think he realizes it though. I think it's obvious, but I don't think he realizes it. And I just noticed it, like taking a cursory look at what they're doing over there, not really getting too into it. Say he's gonna drop a drill album. Isn't that the music he always does, generally speaking? He has a bigger problem. First of all, apparently those dudes that was in that video with him, they better not go to the feds. They better stay out of jail. He has a whole new problem. What up, Nervy Numbers? Well, at least he has a problem. I think it is a problem. But I might be wrong. What the fuck do I know? The kids that like to pretend to pretend to be him don't see him as a tough guy if he doesn't have any tough people around him. Did you see the people that he had in that video with him? With all due respect, did that look like people that's backing anybody down anyway? With all due respect, did that look like some people that is backing anybody down anyway? I saw a video the other day of some dude shooting people in the street. I saw no. That's the same. Look at his old merch. That's the blue he been wearing on the merch. I believe that's just baby blue, by the way, y'all. Not for nothing. That's just baby blue. I believe that's the blue that he's been using on his merch for the longest. Remember when he dropped the merch with the shark? Go look it up on the internet. Go Google the bitch. I think it's the same exact blue. Not for nothing. I think it's similar. Why the fuck did I just get up? I think it's a similar blue. Not for nothing. So I think it's the same blue. Oh shit, today's Thursday. Ah, fuck, I'm supposed to go somewhere. Yes, you do what, Nervy Numbers? I forgot what question I asked you. I think I got up to get a snack, and then I realized I was on the show, and I was like, I can't eat snacks and eat on the show. Yeah, so I think that's the same colors from his other merch line. So I don't think none of it. I don't think none of it. Some color of blue face, blue necklace, and he whacked. Maybe it's just me. No, that's the old Tekashi merch colors. That's always the colors they've always been. I don't know. So I just don't think nothing of it. I think it's a lot to do about nothing. That's all. I think it's much to do about nothing. Hold on. Tekashi merch. Remember that shark he had? That Tekashi shark or whatever that shit was? See, he's always had those colors. See? So I don't think none of it. I mean, if you want to, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the guy is or isn't. I don't know if he is or isn't a Crip. I don't know if he is or isn't a Blood. I don't know if he is or isn't, I don't know, a Walgreen. I don't I don't know what fucking, I don't know what kind of time he on. Ben Roman says, how about 811 Flushing getting vandalized with rat after his Instagram post? What I'm gonna say is that what could y'all guys expect? Like, what do people really expect is gonna happen when he tries to come back to New York City and do anything? Like, what do you expect is gonna happen? Like, there's people here that's mad. You know, there's people here that want to kill him and can't because they don't want to put all their people in jeopardy. You think, you know, there's people here that's mad. Think about that for one moment. There's people here that want to kill him, but they can't because then they're gonna put their own people in jeopardy. You know how angry they are? He definitely will only throw it out subtly because he knows the feds watching. Alright, so what up, Springs? Salute. Chillin' King, you already know what it is. Alright, so I'm gonna tell you the problem with being a smart nigga. People love to not want you to know they need you. So you'll know how to do something, or you could do something, and they just don't want to give you. They rather find out what the thing is that you are talking about doing than try to do it on their own sometime rather than get the assistance. Tekashi came out of jail. He dug a really deep hole for himself. And that hole was already in a hole that was deep. You see, people could understand real N-word shit. Like, even if somebody don't like it, you could understand it. Like, even if you're on the end of it, that's the bad shit. You could understand you was just in a situation. This is just the way that it goes. But when people ain't operating that way, it makes life a little bit more difficult. If he would have came back out and he would have first, basically not said fuck all of the niggas that got locked up in jail, that was insane. I don't know what type of time that was about. And even though he didn't say fuck all the niggas that got locked up in jail because he didn't respond in a certain way when he came out, that's how some people feel. I think the hardest part was for him, everybody thinking he had to give somebody some money. So that's probably why he responded the way that he did. Because there was people that kept saying, he got to give this family money. He got to give that family money. What the fuck is you niggas talking about? So in reality, that might have been the catalyst for his diatribes about how much he doesn't really care about the individuals that got caught up. And that's my opinion on that, just so we can be clear. And I don't know who hates who. I mean, once again, if he would have came back out and he would have just kept it a whole stack, there's a lot of people that would have embraced him, and I'm telling you that. Also, the fact that Whack 100, who was, you know, him and Whack 100 are together, and Whack 100 and his clubhouse constantly goes after Jim Jones. Like, what the fuck? Like, what does he ever like? So at this point, he's just getting other people hurt. At this point, he's being irresponsible. Like, there's a point where you're being rebellious, and then there's a point where you're being irresponsible. He's being irresponsible right now. Those dudes that's in that video with him, their lives are at risk now. They have problems, for real, for real. Their lives are at risk, for real, for real. Those people that was in that video, the dude told the guy, if the dude told them guys better not come to the feds. Those dudes probably are jail niggas. Those dudes are probably dudes that get locked up and go to jail for this and for that. Imagine if you're a street nigga and you get such a threat that now you got to decide, oh shit, I got to go get a regular job now forever. I can never do this street shit that I love doing. Just imagine that for a moment. That's where these dudes is at. That's their situation. Shout out to that shit. Also, we need more people not robbing people, so, you know, I'm here for that. Y'all hear about what's happening in New York City, right? So I have a troll that tries to come in here. It's not even a troll. It's just, you know, when people just are ill-informed. And so they try to come in here and be like, why don't you talk about the Bronx, problems in the Bronx? I've been talking about gang violence in the city, like I should, almost every day for like 2 or 3 weeks. They said that 6ix9ine real friends he grew up with. All right, cool. That means that he's gonna. So that means that, you know, if he's safe, they safe. So that's a win then. I talk about the street violence in New York City almost every single day for the last couple of weeks. Had an idiot come in here and ask me, why am I not talking about Bronx violence? Like, what the fuck, man? I have been. That's why I didn't. That's why when the comment had came earlier today, I didn't address it. I have been. I'm sitting here thinking like, talk about Bronx violence all the time. I literally just told you about the dude that raped the lady at the house, and I told you about the shootings. Like, I'm talking like, I ain't fucking. What y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. Yeah, dude with dreads was with 6ix9ine from way back. A lot of his old friends still mess with him. I mean, they're his friends. They shouldn't not still mess with him. Like, that's the shit that killed me. Like, if somebody was like, yo, if that's your friend and he snitches, he is still your friend? Well, yeah, him snitching isn't going to make me, like, did he snitch on me? I mean, I can have love for somebody and never see them again, if that's what the case is, if that's what the person is asking. But I'm not going to not be somebody's friend and they didn't do anything that makes me think that I can't be friendly towards them. So no, I'm not. I'm with those guys with that. Why not? What you think? Wait, hold on. What do someone gain from killing 6ix9ine if they know he's not real? I don't think anybody should kill anyone. How about that? And you ever heard of this thing called satisfaction? Some people do shit only for that purpose. Shout out to this. Well, not a real shout out. Y'all heard about the trans woman that impregnated 2 women in the women's prison? I'm going to tell you about a separate story first. I'm going to tell you about a different story before I tell you about this story. I don't think this is the same story. I think this is 2 different stories, just so we can be clear. But there was a different story, and this happened about 2 or 3 years ago when they first made the change. First, so y'all can understand why this change was made. there was a transgender man that went to prison. I believe it was in California. I forget where it was, but I think it was in California. So it was a transgender dude that had went to California. He went to jail. What happened was they had to keep him separate from all the men because, you know, he had his penis, but he had the boobs and everything else. So they couldn't put him with the men. He went and fought a case in court because you can't keep him on 24-hour fucking isolation. He's done nothing wrong. He can't be isolated. That's against the Constitution for unreasonable punishment or whatever the case is. So they had to put him somewhere. They couldn't put him with the men. He fought in court, so they ended up putting him with the women. Boom. Now I don't know if it's this guy that's the guy that happened to. This happened a while back with some situation. Now before I tell you about this situation, there was another dude. He was housed with a woman after that happened, obviously, after the first thing. He was in a bunkmate with this woman who used to complain that he was raping her every night. The guards did nothing. She got pregnant. Okay. So now this situation is another transgender dude getting two women pregnant at a prison. At what point are we gonna say, if you choose to switch and become transgender, and then you choose to go to jail, you're gonna be housed with the men, or you're gonna be housed with no one? Those are the options. We're not gonna put women, even if they are criminals, we're not gonna put women at, how do you say, in danger because of choices that you made for your own life, for your own comfort. So that's the type of time I'm on. That motherfucker, you're gonna have to just be with the dudes. It is what it is. You're a dude. I mean, you could be queen of the fucking castle for all I care. Or you're gonna have to be in solitary. Those are your choices. You decided to get boobs, not me, my nigga. I spent the money on a car. I don't got a car, but you know, that would have been, I work at the prison. This is what I would have been telling them. I spent the money on a car. You got boobs. We are not the same. The fuck? Yes, there's a trans woman that came out to expose Benzino. Funny story. Apparently, Benzino basically put out a post commenting about how he is I think a friend to the trans community. And basically that's his explanation, I think, for dating the trans person, is because he's a friend to the, look, I'm saying it like this, all LGBTQ communities and the overall community in general, if only way I could be a part of a person who you do not consider to be an enemy is if I suck a dick, or if I go near somebody else's genitals, or if I allow a man to come near my genitals, or if I do anything that might seem like that those might be interests of mine, if I have to be involved in that for you to believe that I have no problem with you, then you will never believe that I have no problem with you. So, you know, feel about it however you want to feel about it. That's all I can tell you. Because, nah, Benzino, you can't say that you dating a damn transgender because you're sympathetic to their fucking plight. We're not doing this. So, this nigga's giving them fucking dude a handy J under the table talking about, I'm on you guys' side. Shout out to Benzino. I don't know what to tell you. He's on all types of different things. They need to switch his medication. I don't know what to tell you. Benzino doing all of the things. I need a girlfriend that'll give me a handy J under the table while we eat dinner. Those are some of the best girlfriends. I've had girlfriends that gave me handy J's under the table while we ate dinner in public. Those are the best girlfriends. Ben Roman said in Pennsylvania State Prison, they got their own trans section. They have that many trans people in jail in Pennsylvania? K Menu says on Vlad TV, he said he's not part of the club. That's what he said. Oceanic Vibe says about to hit the replay and watch from the start. Appreciate you. We having all the fun right now, though. You might not have to watch from the start. Excuse me. Pardon me. What time we got? Going on 11. Shit's crazy. Niggas is bananas. I'm gonna tell you, niggas is bananas. Niggas is bananas. What else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I want a sandwich from the store so bad, but I don't want to walk to the store. But I want a sandwich so bad. I went to this other store the other day, but that shit was far. And they sandwich was good as shit. That's the sandwich that I showed y'all what the dude put mad meat. I was in there cutting. I was in there roasting them. So I walked in the store to go buy the sandwich. I ordered the sandwich, so I started roasting him for like 15, 20. Like, you know why he's making a sandwich? I was roasting him. He was enjoying it, though. So shout out to that shit. No homo, pause, whatever you say when you say the questionable shit. But I was roasting the motherfucker. You said the Tekashi, I don't know who you think he's featuring with. Ben Roman says yes, they can't put them all in the hole, all PC. So they sanction off a part of the prison as the trans. It was men, but got. Oh wow, they're the men that don't got they got their whole jump off already cut off. They could put those men with the women though. What the fuck? They could literally put those men with the women. Like if you put the trans dudes with the other trans dudes, the trans dudes that got Johnsons still, with the trans dudes that don't got no Johnsons, that they got the shit cut off, you might as well. I don't got time for this. Oceanic Vibe says, Nature Boy got caught up because he was smashing chicks on OnlyFans. Tiger must be shaking right now. What you mean with smashing chicks on OnlyFans? Minus? Explain. How is smashing chicks on OnlyFans is illegal? You can't have sex on OnlyFans? Everybody is having sex on OnlyFans. Except for me, apparently. Yeah, Nicki Minaj. She'd give him a feature. That's what a feature with Nicki Minaj. You're gonna see it would probably be hot though. Nicki Minaj, that bitch. She be giving us stimulus checks too. Don't let nobody lie to you. Nicki Minaj with the stimulus package too. Don't let nobody lie to you. Well, every time Nicki Minaj get on something with somebody, they shit blow for real, for real. Nicki Minaj is a stimulus package too. I fucks with Nicki. I like bars. I like people that enjoy the craft and respect the craft. I didn't think anybody wanted to talk about this topic, to be honest with you. But somebody put it in it, sent it to me today. They was like, yo, Jack, let's talk about this. I thought it was a good idea. I didn't think nobody was interested in this. I am happy we spoke about it, though. I think it was the right way to go. Jim Jones on the album, the song is called We Forgive You. Look, man, he wants to be that persona. He doesn't have another. He doesn't have any other type of energy. Like, that's the only energy way he knows how to He don't know how to carry himself in a different way. That's the only man he knows how to be, maybe. Maybe that's why he has to keep doing it that way. I don't know. I didn't say he was broke. Who said he was broke? Also, this isn't even that type of channel to care if he has money or not. I mean, I probably made a video a while back because somebody else said he was broke, but I know I'm not saying he's broke. The fuck? I told you I was gonna tell y'all something at 40, but I forgot what it was. Oh, in the lawsuit he said that. Once again, you do understand what broke is, right? But broke is when you owe more than your assets are. You understand? So if he owes $15 million, but he owns his assets of $10 million, he can go file for bankruptcy. And that's basically what he's saying. I owe more money than I currently have. You know? Don't forget you generate money by creating debt. Anyway, that's a whole thing. That's a whole economy conversation. Economics conversation. Economy. Spades De Niro says in a lawsuit, what up, Goku? Dropping all of those frauds. Nerve Numbers says, remember, Jack, a lot of these artists back out of the second album. That's a fact, they did. Maybe a couple of them allow for them. Maybe it's Tory Lanez. Maybe Tory Lanez said, you know what, you could use that song that they didn't, that I told you couldn't use previously. What do I know? What happened to Nature Boy? He's arrested on, I don't know. Somebody tried to say it had something to do with OnlyFans a minute ago, but he stopped talking, so I don't know why he's arrested. I didn't hear nothing about OnlyFans from the police nor from the news, but it did say that he was sending pornography over the internet, so that could be what it is. I'm not gonna say it is it 100% is it. I'm gonna say I don't know what it is, and that sounds just as probable as the thing that we've been talking about. Oceanic Vibe says Daniel Hernandez is broke, but his LLC probably has bread. That's a fact. Spades De Niro says smart. Hope Wack don't advise him like he did the game and lose the lawsuit. The game a lot. Okay, so this is the thing. What if the game couldn't open up his portfolio and show the government? So they just had to take that loss. I'm going to say that again. What if the game couldn't open up his portfolio and show the government what was going on? And he just had to take that loss. Just something to think about. Because that's plausible. We don't know what kind of business deals anybody has behind the scenes. Maybe he couldn't open up. I keep trying to tell y'all. This is the problem, right? When you are a business or a corporation and then you do business with somebody else and they get in trouble with the feds and the feds open their books and then now you got some kind of business dealing with them, now the feds is opening your books. Maybe there was a reason why the game couldn't allow for the government to look in his books. I'm hoping that's what it is. Because anything other than that is stupidity. I made a shitload of jokes about it. There's videos because we covered it. I made a shitload of jokes about how stupid that was. Oceanic Vibe says, I just saw lives of people that snitched on him. They said OnlyFans people are sexual abusers. It seemed like a trumped up case. He said the chick that said he raped her was an escort. So this is the OnlyFans thing. Spades De Niro, or at least that's what people currently think might be the thing. Spades De Niro says allegedly it's because he kept skipping court and pissing the judge off. No, the game didn't go to court, and I'm saying the reason why he didn't go to court is probably because they would have probably had to open up his books to explain a thing or two So they decided to just take the default judgment. That's what I'm saying, just so we could be clear. I'm saying he purposely took the default judgment because they didn't want to open up the books because, you know, they couldn't. The game had a wisdom tooth pulled and missed court because his lawyer... Okay, nobody's listening to me. Okay. I'm pretty sure that was the excuse he gave the courts, right? Because he can't just tell them that he just don't want to go to court. You can't move a dentist date. You could literally tell the dentist, I have to get my wisdom tooth pulled. I mean, probably you could literally tell the dentist, I have a court date on, could we get it pulled the day after? Like, you could change it. You could change your dentist date at the dentist's office. Like, it's not written in stone. Like, it's not like if he missed that date with the dentist, he was never going to be able to get his tooth pulled. It was like, you just going to have to die with that thing in there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but that's just an excuse. I'm saying the real reason why he probably didn't want to go to court is because they probably didn't want to open up the books, and because there's just a lot of shit going on in all industries of business. There's just a lot of stuff going on in all industries of business, right? There's a lot of things going on. Some of it bad, some of it good. Some of it good for bad reasons, some of it bad for good reasons. You know? What time we got? We got 11 o'clock. I'm going to start on time tomorrow. I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to start on time tomorrow. I know this wasn't going to be a big topic, but somebody wanted to talk about it. We had some of our Atlanta, one of our Atlanta brothers, shout out to Mr. Vaughn. He sent it to me. He wanted to discuss this, and he don't even pull up to the video. Shout out to you, Mr. Vaughn. But I did want to discuss it, especially after I heard a little bit more about the topic. I thought I was going to be able to rip and roll a little bit more with it. The conversation, it looked like y'all really wasn't into it, so. Not just the game. A lot of artists was scamming underground artists a couple of years ago. It wasn't just the game. You see the oh, wait. So, what you're talking about is when the rappers, the game specifically, this is what the game was accused of, just so everybody can know. He was telling people that he was doing a mixtape, and if they wanted to be on their mixtape, then he'll do a feature with them or something along the line, and they send in some money to do a thing. And remember, all the rappers was posting that type of shit on Instagram. Anyway, when the game did it, and then whatever the bullshit ass mixtape came out, the problem is they actually did do like some kind of mixtape thing, but it was released on like some bullshit ass fucking website that you don't even know how you could get to. Yeah, you remember that shit, right, Spades De Niro? Yeah, so it'd be like on some bullshit ass website that nobody wasn't even able to get to. So he actually did do the thing that he was saying he was gonna do, but he like put it somewhere where you couldn't even access it. So that's the shit that was, the game got a ton of things going on with him. Why was he just talking about that? Yeah, he was scamming people. Yeah, but there was a lot of artists doing things similar to that, not just the game. So let's not make it seem like the game was doing it. I saw it all over. I'm not going to call nobody out, because some people did it, but actually did what they were supposed to do. Yeah, he promoted on a followers that had like 1,000 followers page. It was like some small, yeah. So see, I told you, I'm trying to tell you, I know most of this stuff. Most all of this stuff is in my wheelhouse. If I don't know about something, I'll actually explain it to me. Y'all see how I have fucking conversations for the most part. He said that was the original NFT scam. NFTs are not scams, and NFTs are some of the biggest things in America and on the planet right now. And this is the first platform that ever spoke about NFTs. Ever. Remember, we had Will Cornish pull up. He's one of the investors in the original NFTs. I love a woman with glasses. I swear I do. I just like the glasses. I like a woman with glasses. I swear I do. I mean, like you know, she got this thing. Well, that's not for me. I like a woman with glasses. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, the other stuff going on is working also. Don't get it confused. I love a woman with glasses. The baby confirmed to be the trigger man who shot the intruder. The baby confirmed to be the trigger man who shot the intruder. He shot the intruder in the leg. He then called the 911 and cooperated with the police when they arrived. Yo, how the hell do Rihanna, how does ASAP Rocky lose Rihanna? Like, how do you cheat on Rihanna, homie? Yeah, you think ASAP Rocky career might be over? Nah, the women are probably gonna want him more now, right? Spaces, I'm good on those. You can have them. Academics broke down how all those celebs about to get sued for pumps and dumps. Yeah, pumps and dumps are illegal. There are a lot of people that's gonna get sued for pumps and dumps, and they should be. That's a fact. Ain't said nothing wrong. God dang it. Should be sued for pumps and dumps. Gossip in the City said it was a senior man. That was how to wander around the neighborhood guessing he had dementia. The baby is crazy. So you're saying that the baby shot an old dude? Oh Lord. Oceanic Bob said Elon Musk just got hit with a few. Elon Musk got hit with a few what? Oh, about the pump and dumps. Yeah, nah, sue them rap bastards pumping and dumping. Get them niggas up out of here. We ain't playing them games. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for pumping and dumping, man. You said his name is the shooter now, not the baby. He did talk about how he wanted to buy Twitter. Please don't let Elon Musk buy any more things. There should just be a mandate. It's like nobody on earth could sell Elon Musk any more companies. You can't buy no more companies, okay, Elon Musk? You got to just deal with what you got. God dang it. This shit is crazy. It's time to go. I'm going to let y'all go. Hope everybody had a wonderful time tonight. It's about 11. So I'm tired. I'm a little exhausted. I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to have a wonderful show in the morning. We're going to have a different topic, obviously. I promise to have more energy in the morning. I just don't have a lot of energy for this right now. I wish I was more energetic for y'all tonight. Elon Musk would never be the president. I don't think he would want to be the president. You know what kind of paycheck pay cut he was. I don't know. Let me be quiet. I gotta get out of here. I'm tired. I'm gonna let y'all go. Everybody, please have a wonderful night. Please, if you got anybody still awake in your household, give them a hug. Tell them you love them. You don't never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Give people their flowers while they're still here. Also, when we wake up in the morning, one of the first things you want to do is drink water. One of the best things we can do with an empty stomach is put water in it. It helps our body absorb the nutrients a little bit better. Also, never forget, that we're helping somebody else be the best them that they could be. We've been the best us that we could be. So go out there and be great. God first. Like, comment, subscribes. Join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. That's all I got on this one. I'm out.